Good evening, I'm Matt from theshavingcadre.com. Welcome to my shave. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm Lukey3262 on the forums, by the way. And we always welcome you to come visit us on the Shaving Cadre. It's a fantastic place to get together with a bunch of awesome like-minded folks who like traditional wet shaving. Tonight's shave, I'm going to be shaving with Proraso Red, the Sandalwood. One of my favorite scents. This is one of the shaving soaps and creams that I started with whenever I first started my wet shaving journey 10 or so years ago. Fantastic stuff. My aftershave for this evening is going to be fine Santal Absolut, which is unobtainium. As far as I know, they don't sell it anymore. My balm is Art of Shaving. My brush for the evening is going to be a Sorrentino Brushworks synthetic. And my razor is a recently restored and honed The Artist levering razor, Hamburg ground. The only thing I really know about these razors is that the trademark levering razor ran from 1903 to 1930. So likely it's somewhere in the 1920s or 30s that this was produced, or rather 1920s. And so other than that, I don't really know much about this one. It was easy to clean up, took a little time on the buffers, but it came back to life and wanted to get honed up in a hurry. It is honed up on I think I did a 1K to a Welsh slate to a Doda Creek to the Calico Cream to the Jasper with an Escher rubber slurry. So a little complicated edge on this one, so we'll see how it goes. To be honest, I can't remember if this is the one that I used the Welsh slate on or something else, but that's all right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started with my shave. And just like my last shave, I usually, when I lather a Italian soft soap like this, which actually nowadays it's not quite as soft because this soap puck's a little bit older, I typically will get my brush soaking wet and then lather upside down on the puck. And don't ask me why it works. It works great for most Italian shave soaps. Learned it from a guy named Marco. Pretty great way to lather an Italian soap. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit less time than I gave the Proraso green on my last shave. I way overloaded my new brush that I got from Eric, and it just was a little bit nuts how much lather I had left over. So I'm at somewhere around 30 seconds worth of load time, and I think that'll be enough. Looks like plenty. Clean up. But the old Marco method is what we used to call it, and the only problem with the Marco method is it's a little bit messy. Now you might see I have a heck of a shadow. That's because I have not shaved since Sunday. And there was some hijinks that went down on Sunday on our Zoom call. I had been busy working around the house doing some projects, and our Zoom call came up real quick, and I wanted to get a shave in before the call. But the call was just about to start, so I just decided, you know what? Why don't I shave on the call? And so, for those of you that were not involved in the hijinks on Sunday, the guys at first asked me to shave with... I'm trying to think of what they asked me to shave with first. The razor... Can't remember exactly what the razor was, but they told me to reach for my wife's razor, which is a Schick injector with who knows how many shaves on it. And so I ended up shaving with her injector right out of the shower. And they wanted me to use, I think it was Dijon mustard or something, or maybe it was ketchup. They wanted me to do a stunt shave. By the way, I'm talking about the shavingcadre.com. We have our Sunday Zoom calls where a bunch of us get together, usually 12 or 14 of us get together somewhere around there, and we just have a great time with it. But anyway, so I was encouraged to try some risky fare, and I was not really super interested in having a misadventure with mustard. So instead, I chose a soap that was probably even less lubricating than a can of Grey Poupon. I reached underneath the bed and pulled out my stockpile of old soaps that I don't break out that often, and I pulled out Crabtree and Eveline's what do they call it? It was Nomad, and then they turned Nomad into Moroccan Myrrh. And Moroccan Myrrh, the hard soap, is garbage, and was garbage. They're out of business now because they decided to stop making quality products. And they got bought and sold and bought and sold. So anyway, the deal is, I broke that soap out, and I lathered it, but the lather, as always, collapses. Absolutely horrible lather that stuff produces. On par, I'm sure, with Eucharist, but I think Eucharist may lather worse. So anyway, I got to shaving on the call, and it was very uncomfortable. And so I decided I'd give my face a little time to heal up and get rid of some of the razor burn. I had some pretty serious razor burn under my chin. And I never get razor burn with an injector, but I'm sure it was because the edge was not all that great. And the soap is just absolute garbage. What's not garbage is this fantastic razor. It's shaving well. I've seen other people shave with these artist razors. They're a pretty simple razor, but you know, they're just really well made. I think I've seen somewhere that this brand, I think I saw on other levering razors, that the levering razor / artist razor it is a German import. This one says Hamburg ground, but that doesn't necessarily mean, Hamburg ground does not mean it's made in Germany. It just means that it's very thinly ground. More like a half hollow plus, maybe 3/4 hollow. But anyway, so I've seen other razors that said made in Germany on it. But for some reason I seem to remember that it had a name, like a state and city name on it as well. I cannot remember. Did something for the first time that I haven't done in a month and a week. It has been since Sunday, the Sunday of Father's Day, that I cut my grass. We've had very, very little rain here in Missouri, and so I just haven't messed with it. I had some tufty grass, it was a little long in a couple spots. Where the zoysia wasn't keeping up. So I got out there and shaved the lawn, cut the grass, and that was nice. It's one of my favorite things to do, nice and relaxing. Listened to a podcast, chilled out, had a few drinks, and it was an overall fantastic evening. The wife and the son were off at a preschool play date evening that they had with my son's old school back in St. Louis. So they drove to St. Louis and went to that event and had a great time. And I was left at home to my own devices, which was cutting the grass and cleaning up the shop. Wow, I missed a big old section of hair right there. That's going to be fun going against the grain. I might go with the grain first. But yeah, so I cut the grass, hung out. I had a pretty stressful day. Had a massive project that I pushed out at work that we've been working on for the last month. And that was a load of fun. Lots of last minute emergencies, all the way up till about 2 or 3 minutes before this project was due at 5 p.m. We were working on it, and the guy in charge, he ended up making changes at the last minute, and it was nightmare. So it was nice to have a good, relaxing, quiet evening to myself, so I could kind of recharge. But back to it tomorrow. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, this edge is, I would say it's not quite as keen whenever I put an Escher rubber slurry on the stones. Not quite as keen, but pretty smooth. Try to hit that little spot that I had completely missed a little bit. Kind of sounds like scraping toast, doesn't it? I don't think there's going to be hardly anything left for the next pass. Kind of like Barber Dave said the other day on his shave. There's something to be said about shaving after a couple of days. Hair grows out, kind of relax that follicle. It's not quite as, that stubble isn't quite as stiff and kind of lays over and just takes it. All right, on to pass 3. Doing great. Now, yesterday I finally got the last layer of polyurethane on my workbench. Got it moved over to its final resting spot, hopefully for many years. And I pulled my belt sander, which has been sitting new in a box for probably almost 6-9 months. I pulled it out of the box and got it situated, but then I thought better of putting it on top of the workbench that just had poly put on top of it, so figured I'd wait. So I'll put the, I think I'll put the workshop together tomorrow. Need to put a new blade on the scroll saw so that I can start making some scales and cranking some projects out. I've got a whole bunch of scale projects that I need to do. I've got a bunch of blades that are orphaned that need to get some love. All right. Here we go. Kind of a quiet shave, guys. Sorry, I'm not super talkative today. Probably, I guess, still de-stressing from the day. Extra water. Now, if you can see behind me, guys, upcoming shaves are Razor Rock, Don Marco Razor Rock XXX, and Arch Brito Magno. Never used Magno. I hear great things. The others, which are what you might call vintage now, I don't know what a guy might consider vintage. But I'd say each of those are somewhere around 8 or 9 years old, as far as I can remember. Woo! Near disaster there. Got close. Don't know what I was thinking about there. Just about give myself a cut. That was close. Awesome. All right, well, guys, I think that's all she wrote for the shave. I think I'm good to go. Now, as I stand here, wipe my razor down with toilet paper, I would encourage you to swing on over down here and like and subscribe my video. It's always fun to converse with the guys that are following my channel. I have a lot of fun with it, and I really appreciate the comments. You know, I just think it's a great way to continue the hobby. These shaves are near and dear to me, and I really enjoy bringing them to you guys and talking about shaving. So please do keep commenting. So, and if you haven't, please check out the companion channels from theshavingcadre.com that are producing great content. You got Long Haul Tanker, Handlebarber Dave, Nurse Dave's Shaving World, Scuttle Soap, Fenster Shaves, Spider Shaves, the Cutthroat Journey, and on and on. So please check out those guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with a little witch hazel, a little bit of cucumber, yeah, I'd say if we were gonna go on the dolphin scale, like Handlebarber Dave, he knows how smooth dolphins are. Well, I've never ridden on a dolphin or with a dolphin, so I don't know what dolphin smooth is, but I'm, I don't know, mere smooth. So BBSM, I don't know. That sounds bad. I don't know. My face is very slick. It feels great and perfect. So, all right, so I'm going to use fine, Santal, Absolut. Now, the only problem with fine is I apparently can't open it with my wet fingers. I can no longer use any of the fine aftershaves with the exception of this one, because I get a skin reaction from something that they use in their aftershave base. Something to do with my skin chemistry. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But for whatever reason, Santal Absolut is the only one that does not cause me issues. So I continue to use it. I actually piffed off all of my fine aftershaves to my father, and I can't use their soaps either, and I need to package those up and send them out to a buddy of mine. So, only problem I have with the art of shaving is that their balm decanter always likes to throw some snot in your hand whenever you put a pump of balm. So now that I've removed the snot globule from the dispenser, all right. Well, guys, that does it for my shave. Always great to have you. Thank you. As always, I will shave you with you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.